Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the newsroom. My name's Isaac Butterfield, or commonly known as the King of Cool, the Master of Choiceness, legendary bearded one. Anyway, welcome to the show. It's the Butterfield News Broadcast Service Systems. Ladies and gentlemen, hit that music! In censorship news, Twitter's going around being absolute dicks yet again, banning everyone who has different opinions. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much the quintessential core to take away from this story is Twitter's just being assholes. Andy NGO, who happens to be a journalist in America, he's been in the news quite a bit after Antifa beat the shit out of him because they're such progressive people. Good fucking on you, Antifa, you dogs. Anyway, moving swiftly onwards, Andy was removed from Twitter this week after he questioned some statistics about transgender people. Now, the stat itself, which was retweeted by Chelsea Clinton, the daughter of the dude who got a blowjob in the White House, and the lizard lady, it was a horrible stat. It was a stat that since 2003, more than 150 trans people have been murdered in the US. The majority of those being black transgender women. Now, obviously this is a horrible statistic, okay? Horrible, disgusting, and obviously people will have an emotive attachment to this, okay? It's such a polarizing sort of thing. To hear something like this, you go, oh my God, I can't believe it. And this is what Chelsea Clinton and others like her were doing, were saying, we need to stop the hate. This is absolutely outrageous. And who are they talking to there? They're talking to white, bigoted people. These murderers who are killing people because they're transgender. A horrible thing to do to your fellow man or woman. So here's what Andy did that got him banned. He tweeted, according to the Post-Millennial, that the US is one of the safest countries for trans people. The murder rate for trans victims is lower than that of the cis population. Also, according to the evidence, that the people behind these murders, on average, are black men, which completely goes against the narrative put forward by the Clintons and people on this progressive left. As I started to look through this a little bit more, one thing really creeped me out. 4 deaths that have occurred since 2015 were because of anti-trans bigotry, which is obviously way too many, but this 150 number that these people are peddling is just not true. I mean, you go through the stats and some of the people have died from things like mass shootings. Now, it's only a couple of people, but why would you even put that number in there? These people didn't die because they were trans. They died because they were in the wrong place at the wrong time and some crazy person had a gun. But it's not just Andy who got the big ban. I mean, no one was talking about this in the news. The Butts man, fucking me, got banned from Twitter this week for 7 days because I dare to question this Mona Elafaloa. Yeah, Mona, who's an Egyptian-American feminist nutbag, and she carried on like an absolute pork chop and said this, and I quote, "How many rapists must we kill before men stop raping?"
For me, as a feminist, the most important thing is to destroy patriarchy. How long must we wait for men and boys to stop murdering us, to stop beating us, and to stop raping us? How many rapists must we kill? Not the state, because I disagree with the death penalty, and I want to get rid of incarceration, and I'm with you on the police. So I want women themselves. As a woman, I'm asking, how many rapists must we kill until men stop raping us?
What are you talking about, Mona? Men don't rape people. Rapists rape people, you fucking idiot. Now, I went on Twitter and allegedly called her a cunt, and rightfully so. She carried on like a pork chop and just not a very nice person. She then went and used her big debating skills and reported me, and then Twitter banned me. Mona then went on this big rampage saying, oh, Isaac won't respond, he's scared, all this type of bullshit, and I was just banned. So I was just sort of sitting there going, well, this sucks. And then she was talking about how I've only got 20,000 followers on Twitter. Who cares, Mona? Okay, so I'll use YouTube as a medium to say this. Fuck you to the moon, Mona. In Uno news, which is something we should talk about a lot more, the popular Uno game, Uno, the popular card game Uno that we've all played once or twice on a stormy evening when the power goes out or when we're extremely drunk and never want to play again because it just ends up people fighting, is finally made a change to the game that they should have made years ago. They've changed the red and blue cards to purple and orange because red in America stands for the right wing of politics like Trump, and blue stands for the left side of politics. They don't want politics getting involved in the game, so they've changed the colour of the cards. Is this seriously the world we are in? That people can't deal with red cards and people can't deal with blue cards, regardless of what colour your political allegiance lies to, wherever you live in this fine world, this globe, this flat earth. Pull your fucking head in. Card games should not be changing the colour of cards. Grow the fuck up. In bumhole news, people have been sunning their bumholes. Yes, that's a real thing. I think it's a joke, but I'm not really sure. But there was a video that came out about people sunning their bumholes. Jeez, what the fuck's wrong with everyone, okay? But you know what? This last piece of news, the main story, the top story tonight, isn't as ridiculous as the bumhole sunning, okay? It comes from the group of people that we love to make fun of on this channel, and it's brought us all together with some anti-vegan hate. We love it. Is vegan people and their new beautiful documentary / propaganda film called The Game Changers.
One and only Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I ate a lot of meat. They showed us commercials
Steak. That's what a man eats.
selling that idea that real men eat meat.
I spent more than 1,000 hours studying science on recovery and nutrition and stumbled across a study about the Roman gladiators.
The gladiators were predominantly vegetarian.
How could the original professional fighters be so powerful, eating only plants?
Everyone's talking about the Game Changers. It's all about how a vegan diet will not only make you healthier, but it'll also increase your endurance and your athletic performance. As I've said a million times, there is no doubt in my mind that you can be a healthy vegan. You know, supplement, okay? You need a supplement. You need to make sure you're eating not just chips every fucking night for dinner. You need to eat lots of veggies. You need to make sure you're getting all your macronutrients from different foods. You need to make sure you're accessing as much B12 as you possibly can, even though you can't really get it from a vegan diet. But anyway, I digress. And also to be a healthy vegan, you need to not be one of those fuckwits that stands in the middle of the road going, oh my God, chickens are dying. Who gives a fuck? Fuck chickens. But this idea that a vegan diet can help you excel at your sport is just incorrect. Like, you go to the science here, plain and simple, it's false. It's just false. The entire film has been torn to shreds by people like Chris Kresser on Joe Rogan's podcast, BioLane on YouTube, Dr. Berg, and Thomas DeLuder as well. You know, they said in the film that gladiators only ate plants. Now, these guys are obviously, it's an emotive sort of thing because people, you know, associate gladiators being these big, strong, muscly dudes, and when in reality they probably weren't that, but these gladiators were only eating plants. Now, that is a hypothesis from some scientists, but it's also disputed. There is no peer-reviewed evidence here. No peer-reviewed science, no peer-reviewed evidence, nothing that fits the structure of what someone would call hardcore science. So, Game Changers, fucking wrong to start off the fucking video.
When I went plant-based, I wasn't sure if I was going to survive. And I actually became like a machine.
They push other bullshit like meat is causing cancer. We know that is not true. Okay, listen, I'm not going to go into the whole details of this. If you want to go and see what people who actually know what they're talking about are saying about this, go and see Chris Kresser's debate with the gentleman who actually made the film, or his own podcast with Joe. And go and check that out. There's all the information you could ever require there. But also, you're going to stumble across a lot of other people on YouTube who are vegans who are saying this isn't correct. And, you know, just remember this. They're incorrect. Oh, and also, Arnold Schwarzenegger was in the movie saying, oh, mate, since I started eating all these bigger, plants have gotten bigger. Fucking bullshit, Arnold, okay? You were not eating plants when you were Mr. Olympia, when you were Mr. Universe, or whatever you fucking were, lifting those fucking houses over your head, okay? You were, sure, you might have been eating some broccoli, but you're also smashing all the Mexican supplements in the world. You might have had kale for breakfast, but you were having for second breakfast, lunch, and dinner fucking steroids, all right? Human beings are designed to be omnivores. Eat healthy meat, eat healthy veggies, exercise, and you will be a healthy person. Every single year, one of these documentaries comes out, and it is propaganda. That's all it is. Okay, this one was funded by James Cameron. Now, this is all alleged. I don't believe this even myself, but I'm just saying it. James Cameron, who directed Titanic, Avatar, all that shit. He owns a pea protein company that he wants to make the biggest pea protein company in the world. So it would make sense from him, from a marketing level, that you would want to have a very successful documentary on Netflix making lots of people turn vegan so they come and buy your pea protein. That's what this comes down to. It's marketing. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you like it. Okay, every time you like a video, it just makes me feel good about myself. Okay? Oh my God. And leave a comment if you got something to say. If you don't, shove it up your ass. I don't really give a fuck. Be a good motherfucker. Peace in the Middle East. Me Dick Stinks. And I'll see you all tomorrow night. Toodaloo. Bye.